Hey beauties, welcome back. I want to say thank you for being so patient with me lately. I have been procrastinating on these videos. The last time you guys saw me was a few months ago when I was suffering from just getting this bone marrow transplant done. It's been a minute. And if you aren't subscribed, please subscribe so you can be notified every time I post. And if you are already a part of this family, I want to say thank you for tuning back in. Welcome back. And this video will be about how I've been feeling since I've had the bone marrow transplant. As most of you know, I've had this transplant this year, February 28th, 2021. It was tough. It's not a piece of cake where you could just, chew and then swallow. No, it's not. When I went in, I really did not think that it was gonna be as difficult as it was at all. Like if somebody would have told me how bad it would have got, like I know that the doctors, they tell you the risk, they go over everything with you, and they tell you that it will be hard, but you don't realize that it will be that hard because you're like, in your mind, like, what could be worse than dealing with sickle cell? What could be worse than having, deal with sickle cell crisis, dealing with the pain that you deal with? What could be worse than that? You won't know until you are in the situation. And that was me. I didn't know that it could have been worse until I had got the chemo, and it's not that bad until it's the chemo that you have to go through that makes it so difficult. It's the chemo. Like to me, I was fine when I went in. I went in on February 15th. I had a chest port on my left chest, and then they removed the chest port and placed in a catheter on my right. And when I woke up, the chest port was gone, the catheter was placed in. Okay, boom, that's done. And I was in pain because, from anesthesia that you wake up, you're sore, you're in pain, all that bad stuff. I'm not gonna say good stuff because, when you're in pain, it's never good when you're in pain. So I was dealing with it. And when I woke up, I remember I was crying. I don't remember why I was crying, but I was in so much pain. And it wasn't just like these that I got operated on that was hurting. It was more to it. And mind you, I went in, my doctor made sure, and you have to make sure that you have an amazing support team. Especially your doctor have to be understanding of you. If your doctor does not understand you, then you're gonna clash. You're going to clash. And that happens to me a lot. Because before I found that particular doctor, I had multiple doctors that's gonna be for another video another time. Multiple doctors that I was clashing with. Why? Because they weren't understanding of me nor my situation. And I felt like, could this get worse? If you don't have that good doctor, that good team on your side, then you're gonna feel like, is anybody trying to be there for me? Like, you're gonna feel like you're on your own. I have so many videos to speak on when it comes to doctors, when it comes to nurses. This one video that I want to speak on it, and this other video that I really want to speak on it. It's about a doctor. This other video, it's about a nurse, but this one is going to be about a doctor. So there's going to be videos for the next time, not this one. This one, we're speaking on how I'm feeling after transplant. If your doctors don't understand you, I'm telling you, you're gonna clash. You're gonna feel like nobody's there for you because one, they gotta understand you because they're the one who's supposed to help you through your situation. And if they're not there to help through your situation, then what are they here for? You understand? I feel like they're supposed to be more than willing to hear you, more than willing to understand you, more than willing to be there, more than willing to, make you feel comfortable, make you feel like, they're there to support you. They're there to help you through your situation because you're already aching You're already aching as it is. You don't want to keep going through pain without a doctor that you know you could rely on. If you know you can't rely on your doctor, then what are they doing, honey? And there's a lot of them doctors out there where they think they could just treat you however, act however towards you, and it's okay, which it's not. Excuse me. I hate that. Like, that happened to me before where I've had doctors act out, and me, don't nobody can tell me nothing. Why? Because when it comes to my health, don't nobody know more about it than me. I know about my health than you. You may be a doctor and I'm the patient, but honey, if anything, I'm the one living the truth, not you. So when it comes to you telling me this, telling me that, okay, I'm here to take it in. But if it does not work for me, it's going to go here and come out the other. That's me. And I feel like you need a doctor to understand, a doctor that's going to be there for you. And my doctor was just that. He understood, he knew everything. And it's like every time I saw him, he was on point with the questions, on point with how I was feeling, on point with the meds, on point. Like, when I say I had an amazing support system, why can't I speak? I'm sorry. When I say I had an amazing support system, it was a good support system. The team was good. I'm not gonna lie, I clashed because sometimes when my doctor put me on certain meds and it's working for me, certain doctors comes in and they say, oh, I think it's time for you, to switch, da da da. And you just simply have to tell them, hey, I'm not ready, or, me and the doctor spoke on this, da 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 da. Sometimes they don't even care. They don't want to listen. And I'm not going to lie. When they do that, they be pissing me off because they feel like because they're the doctor, they could do whatever. Meanwhile, you're the patient. You're the one hurting. But they don't understand that. And that is one of the issues that I had to deal with. I no longer deal with that because I no longer have sickle cell, and that's a blessing. And I thank God for that. I never thought I would see the day where I'll be sickle cell free at all. When I say I never thought I'd see the day, I never thought I'd see the day until now, and I thank God for that. But rewind back to when I got admitted, I was in pain. I woke up in so much pain. It was not because I had just got out of surgery. It was because of the fact that I was aching. Like, I wasn't in crisis because my doctor had made sure that I had a blood exchange before my transplant, prior to transplant. And that's the best thing that he could have done for me because the chemo was a lot of work. When I say chemo hurts. It hurts like hell. Like, chemo is very painful. Like, I never thought that it would hurt that bad. And I give it up to the cancer patients that have to deal with that on a daily. I had to deal with that once, and thank God, never again. I don't think I could ever have the heart. Like, I remember when I literally called my best friend, and I was crying in pain. And I'm not gonna say his name on here, but if you know, you know who you are. I know you're watching this, and you know who you are. And I called him, and I was crying, and he was like, first off, I want you to calm down, cause like he couldn't understand me. And he spoke to me, just telling me, listen, you know who you're doing this for, this and that. You got your son, you've been through worse, you've been through this, you've been through that. And he basically just tried to bring me back because I was just like on cloud nine, and he just tried to bring me a couple of notches down. And like, he helped me throughout that situation. And there was this other time where I was in so much pain. I called my mom, like I FaceTimed her, and I was just like boohoo crying in so much pain. She couldn't understand me. All I remember is that this lady, she was crying along with me. She was crying along with me. Like, my mother, she owns a restaurant. So she literally, li kite sa la fe pou l sot deyo pou l ka pala anseman avem. Like, She left the restaurant, li entre dans machine ni. I'm Haitian, so I'm gonna be mixing Creole and English together. Pour moun ki pa kompon yo. For those who don't really understand English, I'm mixing English and Creole so you guys could understand what I'm saying. I'm gonna be somewhat translating my own languages. I guess if you understand, you understand. If not, I'll make it a way so you can understand. So, li soti nan restaurant pou l'parler ensemble avec nan téléphone. She got out the restaurant to talk to me on the phone. And while she was talking to me, she was crying, la criée. And then she was just reminding me, listen, you gotta live for your son, this and that. And it was just like, basically what? Li dim sa, bon zanmim nan dim nan téléphone nan, lem te li bon zanmim nan, epi m'tap crié. Li basically, répété même moi que zanmim nan te dim nan. Like, ou gen raison que wap fait transplant là, ou te kon souffri déjà, ça c'est dernier souffrance ou, that's your last suffering. You're not gonna suffer no more. Just take that. It's like there will be a good coming out of it. Like you may not see the good now, but there will be a good coming out of the pain and stuff like that. And so, la parle ensemble avec, et puis la parler, la crier, cause like moi-même, moi m'a crié, et puis lui-même, la consoler, but la crier. Like she's like trying to keep me calm, but she's crying too. It's like both of us are crying on the phone. And then like my nurse came in, like nurse m'a venu ensemble avec médicament, and like the, how you say it, the chemo, the rabbit, it's called the rabbit chemo. Oh my God, that is one of the worst chemo, because that gave me, there's a name for it, but I can't recall. It gave me something, and it was horrible. When I say it was horrible, it was horrible. I could not take it anymore. Like when I started feeling like major headaches, major migraines, like I felt like my head was going to explode. Donc ou tête mwen pral éclater. Like m'te senti se éclater, tête mwen pral éclater. M'senti like comme là, but nam mwen pat là. Like my body was there, but my soul was out of my body. That's how I felt. I felt horrible. And m'bazi sa pou m'fè nou pè. I'm not here to scare you guys from the transplant, but I'm here to let you guys know what to expect if that's what you want. I'm telling you what you are going to expect from the transplant, because not a lot of people are educated on this. Pa gen pil moun ki kon di transplant la. Yo pa fè edukasyon sa nan l'hôpital lo al kay dokter. Yo pa fè edukasyon sa telman. Like only a few knows, but some don't. Some are qualified. Like I know this one amazing woman, this lady. I love her to death. Without her permission, I can't say her name on here, but I asked her permission to see if I can give out her name. But let's call her Lisa. An amazing lady named Lisa. She's awesome. She's been there for me. I never knew that Lisa had sickle cell until Lisa's mother told me that Lisa had sickle cell. When I found out Lisa had sickle cell, it was like, wow, no wonder why she's always trying to be on time with my meds. Like, I'm not going to say she's always on time, because when you are a nurse, it's not really up to you. It's how they give you your patients. Like, if you have 10 patients, it's going to be very difficult pou ka bay tout patient sa yo médicament yo à l'heure. Ou ka essayer, but it pas facile. So, lem vin konnen ke Lisa se nurse mwen, et puis nurse mwen gen men maladi anseman avem, mte vin kompren pou ki sa tout an la pese ban médicament mwen yo à l'heure. Like, gen plusieurs fois where I would put it on my phone, where I would literally time it, Like, chaque fois, but I do that to all my nurses. Like, whenever I need to be medicated, pour get médicament, I'm toujours essayer mettre sous téléphone moi pour me connaître à quelle heure moi gain pour prendre médicament yo. So I can know what time my medications are supposed to be given. Because if I do not put it on my phone, I'm gonna actually forget, and I'm gonna forget to call them, even though I'm gonna be in pain and I'm gonna know that I need my medication, but I'm gonna forget that it's not time, or I'm gonna forget that it is time, you know. M'oublier que c'est l'heure, ou bien m'oublier que il faut que l'heure pour me prendre médicament yo. So I'm toujours make sure que mettez l'heure dans téléphone moi depuis me connais, m'gè pour me prendre médicament, mettez l'heure dans téléphone moi. So yon fois li sa vini li poko même le, like it could have been like un bon 30 ou 20 minutes pour me get médicament yo. Li vini li bon médicament là. I'm like you're early. She's like, yeah, I know you need it, it's time. I'm like, I'm not doing it for another 20-30 minutes. She's like, I know, I gave it on time last time, so I can give it a little earlier for you this time. Because she knew I was in major, m'dap souffrir en pile, like, m'dap crier and all that stuff. She knew that she did not want me to suffer, because she knows the situation, she knows the pain. Mind you, li gen men maladi ensemble avem, so li toujou essaye pou l vini ban médicament, soit à l'heure ou bien antijan pi bonne, either on time or at least a little earlier than sooner. So I made sure that I would call, but I didn't have to, because why? She walked in on me way before time, not even on time, like 20-30 minutes before time. And it was just like, wow, like I didn't have to call you. Like, when I say I was so happy, me and her were talking in the room, this and that. Just the other day, her and I was on the phone, and we were talking, and she was just like, Vera, you inspire me. Like, you are one of the person that I do know that has been suffering, like, for as much as I know. M'konon longtemps, j'aime konon souffrir de maladies sa, et puis konon ou pa gen encore. Like, you are an inspiration. I'm just like, wow, little old me, I inspire you. Like, when she said that, all I could do was smile. I was just like, thank you. I couldn't do it alone. Like, when I tell you this transplant, it was tough, but at the end of the day, I managed to get through it because I had a good support system. And while I was suffering through my transplant, she would tell me the other day, she would tell me that I was texting her and I was telling her what I was going through. And she's right. I did text her telling her what I was going through. This is one time I think I might have called her. I think I might have called her one time. And I didn't reach her. So I ended up texting her about my situation. And she was just like, didn't you ou pa trele nurse la pour faire reconnaître que li lè pour médicament, this and that? And I was like, yeah, this and that. And I was just like crying, suffering. And she was just trying to tell me to reach out to them. And it's like, man, I was suffering. It was painful that time. When I say that chemo, when it hits, it hits. It hits. When that chemo hits, it hits. It don't play around. And like I said, mwen pa la pou m fè nou pè, mwen la pou m fè nou konen ki sa pou nou expect si nou vle fè transplant lan pou nou fèl, men sa nou ap expect nan li, paske mwen men yo te dim, but mba di jam panse ki li tap kon sa. Never did I imagine, never did I think it would have been the way that it had gone. But mdi bon Dieu merci que façon sorti, I'm not gonna hold you guys long. I don't like a long video, so I will do part 2. My fait part 2 non love video. I want to say thank you. Thank you for watching. I'll continue part 2. Bye, you guys. Bye.